know what you need to know for the role that you're trying to get in for, right? And then based on that, if you understand the necessary things you need to do, one thing that I would say is making yourself visible, pointing out. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora. If you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe, and if you like this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up and post a comment. Today's video is about how to get a software developer job without experience, or basically how to get your first software developer job. I will be sharing things that I've heard people say over time. I'll be sharing things that I even sort of did when I was trying to get my first software developer job a few years ago as well, and I hope that at least somebody finds this useful. The first thing I would really say that is important is the ability to be able to grow your network, right? It's important for you to network both online, on LinkedIn, reaching out to people that could help you on Twitter as well, and any other place that you feel could add value to you depending on what your profession is. Offline could be in terms of the different events that you attend, people that you see, and all these things, because sometimes there are some jobs that actually don't have a job posting out, right? And then some people still get to recommend people for these roles and they still get them. So if you are basically in that position where you've made the right contacts and you've built your network in that way, it could be something that could help you in the long run. Another thing I would like to say is making yourself visible. That's one thing that is important, in my opinion. I would say that opportunity comes in terms of making yourself visible. You should learn to grow your improve your skill, learn where you have to learn. I mean, it's an entry level role, so you don't have to put too much pressure on yourself to know too much. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't really know anything, but know what you need to know for the role that you're trying to get in for, right? And then based on that, if you understand the necessary things you need to do, one thing that I would say is making yourself visible, pointing out something that could make you stand out in a way, because there's one thing, there's an opportunity, because there's opportunity, right? It's also important to put yourself in a place where it will be able for you to spot opportunity, or for people to spot opportunity and send it your way. Also put yourself in a position, right, where when that opportunity finally comes, you are able to grab it. And now there are two ways to this. Put yourself in a place where you'll be able to spot opportunities, and when people spot opportunities, they'll be able to send them your way, is because you are not inside a box, right? Everybody sees you. You are visible enough for people to know who you are and the kind of value that you add and what you are currently doing, right? So when an opportunity that you want now comes your way, the second part is actually, like I said before, growing your skill to be able to get these jobs when they come, pass these interviews when they come, and all these things like that. So that's another thing I would like to say. And ways that I feel you can stand out or put yourself sort of out is by building your portfolio, right? Your online portfolio. There are some employers that actually go ahead to do an internet search on you when they get your resume. I don't know how many employers actually do that, but I've heard this thing before, that there's some employers that do that. And if you are trying to get into a company for a role, and that company actually does that sort of thing, you wouldn't want to be the kind of person that when they sort of do a search on you, they don't find they don't find anything at all. So one thing I'd like to say is build your online portfolio. Try and take on some family projects, that maybe one uncle, one cousin, one sister wants to do. Help them do it and say you did that. Put it, depending on what the project is, put it on GitHub, put it on your website, on your portfolio website, put it on your LinkedIn. You can also share your journey on your social media, depending on whatever strategy you want to use and whatever works for you. But the point is, it's important to learn to build a portfolio, right? There are so many projects that you can work on, portfolio projects that you can work on. And I wrote an article about this sometime last year. I'll put the link in the description below so that you can go check that out if it's something that you would like. Um, yes, so building a portfolio is something that could help you be more visible for people to actually like see you and be like, okay, hey, this person needs to be fit for this role, and then that. Also, there's a chance that after you build your portfolio, no one will still see you. And the truth is, don't beat yourself up because these things happen. What you can do is look for jobs that look for jobs in different organizations, roles in different organizations that you would want to take on, and just keep applying to them. You might, that first time, you might need to apply to a bunch of different jobs. But the truth is, at the end of the day, all you need is one, right? All you need is one. So never forget that. And that tenacity is very important, to keep pushing and to keep applying for these jobs, right? So it's also important that when you do this portfolio, when you do this work and these freelance projects, these different gigs that build your portfolio and stuff, it's important to show them off somehow, anyhow you want to show them, talk about them, brag about them if possible, right? So that like many people know that okay, you did this thing and you were able to do this with this, so that means you probably have expertise in this, and then that way you just keep building a reputation, and at some point, job. Also, it's important to take courses, in that time when you're trying to get your first job, without any work experience. You know how they say people learn on the job, right? So when there's no job yet, you have the basic knowledge that you need to get yourself into like your first role or whatever. But it's also important to never stop learning. So it's important to keep taking courses, keep trying new things. Well, not trying new things that will not take you away from like the discipline that you're supposed to be in, but like take courses, take take a bunch of courses that could help build your knowledge in the particular area that you want to get the job for. And then once you've built a strong portfolio for yourself in terms of side projects that you've been able to work on, and you've been able to take a bunch of courses and some things, you can now decide, and at some point you've also like grown your network and you've been able to like connect with different people that could add value to you professionally. You can now decide that you want to start applying for more jobs, and then once you apply and you get interview dates, it's important to always prepare for these interviews. There's some times that people say that they're going to wing it, and then most times it never really works out. So do your digging about the company that you're trying to get hired into, right? It's important to do your research about the company that you're trying to get hired into, to understand what their values are and see if they also align with your values as a person, to understand what their interview process is like, ask questions when necessary. If they send you like materials to go study or things to help you get prepared for your interviews, make sure that you actually study these things. And also, if it's possible that when building your network, you've made friends in that organization that you're trying to get into, you could help reach out that, oh, okay, I'm about to go for an interview in this place that you currently work, or is there anything that you'd advise me to do in terms of maybe what to prepare for and stuff like that? These few things, they go a long way. One very common way to get like your first tech job is through internships, right? So maybe you were in school and you decided to apply, or even if you're not in school, there's so many internships that happen, right? Some of them say they want students, some don't really say they want students. They just want someone that has at least interest in coding and has started learning a bit. So you can, reach out and apply for these internships. And when you get it, because you intern for like 6 months or 3 months or a year, depending on whatever the program is, and you're done, you have some experience. So you can now back that internship experience with your side projects that you've been working on, portfolio things and everything, and then you can feel empowered to apply for your first full-time role. If you've never had an internship before, I mean, it's not a reason to feel bad or anything like that. If you can get one, great. If you can't, still keep trying to, build your skill by working on side projects and taking relevant courses to the job that you want to work in. And hopefully when you feel like you are good enough to actually apply for these roles, make sure you feel empowered to do that as well. I really, really, really understand that getting your first job anywhere, not even in tech, like getting your first job, there's some people that actually graduate, or whether you graduate or whether you decide to just, get a job first, there are some people that actually plan that, okay, I'm going to build a career in this, but somehow life just happens and they're not able to build the career in that, domain that they said they wanted to build that career in, for whatever reason that, life decides that. So it's not easy sometimes to get your first job. And now it's not even only in tech, right? It's not easy sometimes to get your first, whether it's software developer job or whatever job, wherever it is that you want to work. It's really not easy. So I hope that this video was in a way able to add value to you, and I really hope that you take up things that I said in this video seriously and you try them out. And on that note, I wish you luck, and I'll be really excited if you do anything that I've said in this video and you get your first job. I'll be really excited to hear what your story is. I would want you to share it with me. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you know any other things that I left out in terms of tips that people could help use, things that people could help do before like they get their first job, things that they could do to help get their first job, please leave a comment below, so that when people come and they watch this video and hopefully they scroll down to the comments, they would see your suggestion and it would go a long way for them. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm saying it again, if you like this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below, and also make sure that you subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.